They need a mic check on you.
Yeah, they told me to use this neck mic. That's what Andy told me.
1 minute away.
Mic check, 1, 2, 3, 4. Mic check. I'm just dialing back an IFB.
Let me know when I'm tossing to that piece, by the way, man. We are live here outside Thunder Alley, getting ready for Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final. The Tampa Bay Lightning and Montreal Canadiens. The Bolts up 1-0 in this series. Have an opportunity to take Game 2 tonight, and for the first time in their history, go up 2-0 in a Stanley Cup Final series. Amalie Arena at Thunder Alley, despite the rain, starting to pick up. You could feel the vibe and excitement. We welcome you here on our 10 Tampa Bay streaming apps as well as Facebook and YouTube. I am Ryan Bass, here our 10 Tampa Bay anchor. We have 10 Sports' Evan Klosky here as well. Buddy, Game 2, the vibe, getting ready. This team knows what they have to do tonight.
The rain has slowed down, and now we're getting the 18,600 fans inside this building. For the first time in a very long time, we're going to have a sellout crowd inside Amalie Arena, and it's so important to mention that because this fan base did not get to watch their team win a Stanley Cup last year. Those players inside that arena were not able to see the fans also and hoist a cup in front of them. So to have that experience is going to be big. And as we mentioned, they were able to get that first Game 1 win in their Stanley Cup history. And now they can go up 2-0 at the spot they love to be in. They have never, ever lost a playoff series when leading 2-0 in a series.
You were there and listening to the guys at morning skate this morning. And I remember the Canadiens saying, and their interim coach, by the way, saying, well, we just didn't do really anything good in Game 1. Like, we have a lot more to show for it. And Tyler Johnson said this morning, well, we could actually play better, too. When you win 5-1 and Kuch has 3 points, Braden Point does his thing, Steven Stamkos scores on the power play, it's hard to imagine this team being better. But they can turn it up another gear, Evan.
That's right, and I do want to mention the one thing they don't have going with them is Alex Killorn. He will be out with an undisclosed injury. We saw him take a gnarly shot from a puck in the second period.
Really important play in that Game 1 game.
It was, and you know, those are the plays, and I made sure to feature that night on 10 Tampa Bay because those are the plays that help you win a Stanley Cup, those little deals, and now it's going to be on everybody else to chip away at sort of the things that Killorn does for this team. John Cooper, as you mentioned earlier today, talked about Killorn. He's on the PK unit. He's blocking pucks. He's in the power play unit. He's just a guy who's always around, a veteran presence on that ice, and does all the little things that this team needs. Now, if there's one thing about the Lightning that we know, depth. They have explosive depth all around, and we don't know who's going to replace Killorn, but we do know that when you have the guys you mentioned, Kucherov, Stamkos, Braden Point, you know, he hadn't scored in 2 games. I don't know what's up with Braden Point. He only got 3 assists last game in Game 1. We know that this is a great unit, and Montreal prided themselves up to this point stopping the other team's stars. That's how they made it to the Stanley Cup Finals, and they did not do that in Game 1 against the Bolts.
You mentioned depth. We got a pretty big, deep roster here at 10 Tampa Bay as well. Let's go down to Thunder Alley to meteorologist Natalie Ferrari, who's down there. Rain's starting to let up a little bit, Natalie, and you could feel and sense the excitement now that the band's going here behind us.
Oh, sorry, Ryan, didn't see you there. Too busy partying with all the fans here in Thunder Alley. The doors are open. You see that long line extending, and you got the entertainment in full blast. What energy! Incredible to see. Not only folks listen to the forecast, lots of ponchos, lots of umbrellas, that makes a weather nerd happy, but also lots of folks just ready to just win, just to soak in what will be an exciting evening at 8 o'clock. Now, we did mention the rain. It has continued to sprinkle here. Thankfully, lightening up, and I do think as we go through the next half hour, we will see less and less of this light, steady rain moving through. And that means as soon as we get close to that 8 o'clock time, the puck drops, and so do those showers. Moving on out of here, leaving leaving us behind with still mostly cloudy skies. I mean, we're going to stay very muggy. There's just no getting around June in Florida, even in the evenings. It's going to stay very mild and very muggy through the evening hours. So what we're going to be doing is definitely pulling in some folks to chat with them. A lot of folks not only heading inside, but those who are going to be heading out here early to claim a spot here on Thunder Alley. I'm finally getting to soak this in myself, being able to see this for myself, not only just any old game, but a Stanley Cup Final game. Game 2, 8 o'clock. Can't wait for this rain to wrap up and for us to soak in this energy for game time tonight, guys.
I'm jealous of Natalie. She gets to party down there with the fans. We're up here on the perch. This, of course, is the great Angelina Salcido, who's been covering this entire Stanley Cup run with us. You've had a chance to interact with fans. You got a chance last game to get to know some of their little good luck charms that they have. I know those earrings, you're rocking them. They've been good luck for us. It's just been so cool to be able to see the reaction of fans getting to celebrate this with the team this year.
Yeah, because when you think about it, like Evan was saying earlier, we didn't get the chance to do this last year. We've been covering them from the NHL playoffs all the way up until now, and every single time you see the crowd grow. Tonight, over 18,000 fans at capacity inside Amalie Arena, at capacity here outside as well, over 2,000 fans. I mean, this is what they wanted to have last year, and we get the chance to have it this year. It's such a big deal, and I spoke to a few fans a little while back, a dad and his son. His son's a little bit little, but they are just so excited to be able to witness this and be here in person.
And that's
It was hard because, my son, my family, we're diehard fans, so we like to be out here and support them. So it was hard not being able to be out this year is awesome.
It's amazing to be with a team that's won the Stanley Cup for 2 times.
And they're right in our backyard, so we can come see them and support them and go Bolts.
Now that was on Friday. They are still coming to Thunder Alley, and they also get to witness this. So excited for that dad to be able to bring his son, have that moment with him right here at home, even if they're not inside Amalie Arena. But this is what so many of these fans live for. I mean, they're walking in right now. If you guys could see them all, it's incredible. Down where Natalie was at, they're going to be living all throughout tonight. And this is what the Stanley Cup Final is all about. Them just hoping that the boys will keep the cup here in Tampa Bay.
I want to ask you this before we let you go, because I've been inside watching some of these games, getting the perspective of what it's like in the arena, and you kind of get goosebumps and chills, right? Because you didn't get this last year. You've been out here on Thunder Alley. The crowd out here's been great, and I saw some of your videos that you posted on social media. They're going nuts every time a goal.
I was going to say, it's the same exact thing. From the point that they sang the national anthem the last game, I mean, it was chills all over the place. Everyone is just so excited for this moment. Mind you, that was game 1, so a lot of excitement. But as this continues, it's going to be the same exact thing. As we continue to, see the Bolts play, no matter how they're doing, these fans are just so excited for that. The good luck charms, too, they continue coming out. The earrings are going to stay on, all right? Stanley Cups, we're seeing Stanley Cups, we're seeing WWE Championship belts. All these fans want to give the boys all the positive energy and all the good vibes that they can.
Yeah, as you're taking a look at some of the fans filing in here through the gates into Amalie Arena. Let's go back down to Natalie Ferrari, who's down in Thunder Alley with a fan of our own that's getting ready to enjoy the Lightning here in Game 2.
Yeah, I mean, not only are these folks ready to enjoy Game 2, but they're trying to dodge the light rain as well. Tell me your names.
Tanya Stewart.
Debbie. And have you guys been able to come out to any games leading up to this series at all?
I've been to every game. This is my first one I got to.
I am so very jealous being able to be a part of this energy, this excitement. How long have you been a Lightning fan?
97. From the beginning, yeah.
So I gotta be honest, I'm a meteorologist and I am new to the area. I've been here 3 years, and that is when my fandom started here with the Tampa Bay Lightning. What kind of energy have you been experiencing at every single game that you've been to?
The energy's been great, and I have to say I was here the night they won the Cup in 04, but I think Friday night's Game 7 was even louder than it was that night. Yeah.
And what are you looking forward to the most, being able to be part of Game 2 tonight?
Oh my gosh, just to be here and the energy and the excitement and the fans, and it's just an honor to be here. I'm so excited.
I'm super pumped for you guys, and I'm so pumped to be able to watch this party along with everyone else as well. I'm going to let you guys get to your seats because I know you're trying to dodge that rain that just keeps hanging out with us. Thank you guys so much. The puck dropping at 8 o'clock, keeping a very close eye on that forecast for you guys. But the good news, it has been the lightning up out here, which is going to make things feel a little bit better for those enjoying it out in Thunder Alley, myself included here shortly, Ryan.
I like by the way, the lightning color strip in the hair. I like that. That's a nice touch. We see a lot of fans out here that are rocking their Bolts gear as we're getting ready for Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final here from Amalie Arena. Ryan Bass, Evan Klosky here with you. We've got a lot of fans watching on Facebook too from all over the Tampa Bay area.
Yeah, that's right. I was looking out there. We got Lakeland, Palm Harbor, Largo. We see you. We know that some of you can't make it out to Amalie Arena. We know that you're cheering on the Bolts from home, and we're very excited to see this Game 2 action wherever you are.
So just to set it up, a couple of things that you need to know heading into this Game 2 tonight here at Amalie Arena. Capacity crowd, as you mentioned, it's up to 18,600. That's basically max capacity.
It is.
That's the max that they can allow in this arena. You mentioned Alex Killorn. Do we have an update on his injury status?
Not yet, no. He's going to be out, and we don't know what's going to happen on day 3, but Game 3, I should say. He's day to day, and we still are waiting. Around 7:30, we'll find out whether Luke Shen or a forward will take his spot in the lineup.
And the third thing you need to know, the Montreal Canadiens in their history, the last 4 Cup Final appearances, they've been down 0-1. They've won Game 2 to tie it up at 1-1. Obviously, we don't want to see that happen tonight. John Cooper doesn't want to see that happen tonight either. Here's the Bolts bench coach talking ahead of Game 2 tonight.
Did I reflect momentarily after we won last year? There's no question. The difference is we have an opportunity to win 2 cups in 9 months. That's so there's not a lot of turnaround or time to reflect. So much about our team when so much uncertainty of who's coming back, and then obviously it's played out the way it has, and now we've been on this run, this condensed schedule, like everything. As a staff, we just can't believe how fast everything has happened. And now we're right back in another final. And so maybe wait till the outcome of this one and then see where we're at again. I appreciate the players we have on our team, the effort they give. And as I'm not really tuned into the numbers that everybody is throwing up. That the one number we really care about is cups. And I think that's the history you want to be embedded in.
Yeah, the Lightning are building a dynasty here, honestly. If they can get this done twice within 1 calendar year, I mean, that's pretty insane. And hopefully they can bring home their 3rd ever cup in the Lightning franchise history. It's mostly the same cast of characters that we saw from last year, integrating themselves back into this run. And we know how crazy the schedule has been. We understand the effort the players have had to do to get their bodies ready for the season. It's why the Lightning finished 3rd in their division, probably, because a lot of guys...
Yes, they went through the whole bubble, right?
Yeah, I mean, they really had to manage their bodies. We didn't see Kucherov. We didn't see a bunch of guys who missed some time. But when the playoffs started, they're all out here. They're all doing their thing. They're chipping away, getting wins after wins. And, they're going to have a short offseason again next year. So it's a pretty crazy time right now to be a Lightning fan and watch all this happen in such a quick period of time.
I love John Cooper for his perspective. Remember, this is a guy who has a legal background. He was a lawyer, right? He wanted to be a sports agent, and he kind of lucked into the coaching career, worked his way up the ranks in the AHL ranks for the Lightning, and then got promoted by the Lightning 9 years ago to be the head man here in Tampa Bay. And I love his perspective. He looks at it and says, you don't get this opportunity a lot to be in this kind of company, to be in this exclusive fraternity of winning back-to-back cups. He's somebody that's reflected on this. You can tell how special this run means to him. And after this team got swept by the Blue Jackets a few years ago, you could tell how badly they wanted to come back and prove the doubters wrong. Obviously, they were able to win it last year, and now this year have an opportunity to win back-to-back cups and become the first team since the Pittsburgh Penguins 16-17 to do that. Let's go back down to Natalie Ferrari on Thunder Alley, another fan down there. I'm sure they know just how special this run is, ready to cheer on their team here in Game 2.
I mean, the energy. We're just ready to get our way inside and soak up that win tonight. Ryan, I'm joined by some new fans, or additional fans, I should say, with me. Heather and Chris, how long have you guys been Bolts fans?
Forever.
Only since they've been winning.
That's the honesty we appreciate here. Now, tell me, leading up through the series, even up into this final, have you guys gone to other Lightning games leading up to that Stanley Cup Final?
We've been to 2 this year.
About 2 this year.
2 this year. I've only been to 1 myself, but I will say I'm a new diehard fan for sure. Every single one, I've been cheering them on. What are you looking forward to the most tonight?
We're going to look for some fights. We're going to look for some goals.
And a win.
What do you guys think about all that fighting, all the fighting that's been happening, those really interesting ones that have been taking off? As a new hockey fan, that's been taking me by surprise.
That's the only reason I watch it.
It's all about the passion.
And you can truly feel that not only with the players, but the fans. They are diehard. They are here from beginning to end. You and me both. And when they win, we're even more so soaking it all in. I know you guys went ahead inside and try to dodge as much of the rain. The good news, when you get out, you don't have to worry about it. You won't have to worry about the rain on the way home. For now, I'll send it back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Natalie. And again, 8 o'clock puck drop tonight. Game 2 against the Montreal Canadiens. And the thing that you have to remember about the Canadiens, they were the 18th best team in the NHL. If we had a regular season with 82 games, they would not have made the playoffs. And the funny part is, for the Lightning to get out of their division, they had to beat the 3rd best team in the NHL, the 4th best team in the NHL, and then they had to play the Islanders, who are no cupcake either. We saw them last year en route to a Stanley Cup championship, got them again, took them to Game 7. So not taking anything away from the Montreal Canadiens. They're here for a reason. They were able to get out of that division with the Toronto Maple Leafs and come back from a 3-1 deficit. They were also able to beat the Vegas Golden Knights, who are the best team in the league.
That's what I was about to say. Like this Canadiens team, while they're young, Evan, they deserve to be here. Remember, Toronto was supposed to be a team that was going to make a deep. If there was any team of the Canadian teams that was going to make a deep run, we thought this was the year that the Maple Leafs could have done it. And this Canadiens team comes back down 3-1 to win that series. They beat a really good Vegas team. I honestly thought you were going to be headed to Vegas.
I thought so too.
Series. I thought you would be headed to Vegas tonight. Instead, Canada is obviously where games 3 and 4 will be. So this Canadiens team was able to overcome all of that. They lost, obviously, that Game 2 series and that opening series against Montreal. They lost Game 2 in that last round against the Vegas Golden Knights. They've continually been battle-tested, and that's what I think this Lightning team isn't overlooking. This is a team that doesn't even know their age. Like, sometimes there's something blissful about being youthful and not realizing the position you're in, and that's what this Canadiens team features. They've got some high power. They've got a very good goalie in Carey Price, who's long been regarded one of the best netminders in hockey. But this Lightning team just seems like they've got a little bit more on their side to hopefully pull this series out.
Yeah, and John Cooper has amazing things to say about Carey Price, essentially saying, look, somebody's got to pass the torch to be the best goalie from era to era. And right now, Price is still at the end of his era. He thinks that Bassey is the best goalie in the league, and that's not to discount Carey Price at all.
Don't necessarily think that was
we're not going to get into everything with Marc-Andre Fleury winning the Vezina.
And that's good for him. Fleury's a great goalie.
Yeah, you know what he deserves on his resume. That's all I'll say about that. Bassey, I'm sure we'll take the 2 Stanley Cups. He can pull that off with his 1 Vezina. But having said that, this team goes as Carey Price goes, and giving up 5 goals, I mean, there is no way.
They didn't do him any favors in front of him.
They did not, and that's very true. It's sort of a slippery slope kind of deal, you know. Carey Price was actually making fantastic saves throughout that Game 1. It could have been a lot worse, but when you realize the relentless pressure that the Bolts were having, and the thing that John Cooper talked about after the game is, you know what? Against teams like the Islanders, you kind of wait for your moment. You're a bit more defensive. But against Montreal, they wanted to be the aggressors. And they kind of went back to what we've seen from this Lightning team maybe back in 2015, the run and gun, let's push the pace, let's score a bunch of goals. And they picked their moments, but they did it in an aggressive style. So when you couple that up with a young team that hasn't been there in a long time, Montreal has not been in the Stanley Cup Final since 1993, you saw what you saw in Game 1, a 5-1 result. I have a tough time thinking that it's going to be 5-1 again tonight. That team over there plays with a lot of pride.
They certainly do, and look, no Canadian team has won a cup since that 93 Canadiens team. There's a lot of pressure on this Canadiens team right now, and this club playing in this series, because you've got an entire, basically North America that's on your back outside of USA, right? So this Lightning team, and by the way, I love the little wager we've got from Trudeau and Biden, cross-border wager between the Prime Minister and the President of the United States.
As a man who likes to bet himself?
No, as a man who knows some friendly wagers myself, it is nice to see when you have those too. But when you're looking at this Canadiens team, they've got a lot of pressure on their backs. The Lightning, though, and I continually go back to this, you've got the best goaltender in this series. You've got arguably the two, maybe three biggest stars, maybe four biggest stars in this series if you count some of the defensemen there. But Nikita Kucherov, we were wondering about his injury related to Game 1 and if he'd be okay coming into Game 1 here and be able to suit up. Nikita Kucherov is special. And I say the word special, and I know we throw that around, but there is not a hockey player on this planet that is playing as well as Nikita Kucherov has played. Back-to-back postseasons now, and obviously a long run does that. Back-to-back postseasons now, where he's had 30-plus point postseasons. Mario Lemieux, Wayne Gretzky, guys that have done that. So
Yari Kurd, just the fifth player ever in NHL history to do that. It's an unbelievable feat.
I had an opportunity to talk to a captain of a cup-winning team here for the Tampa Bay Lightning about Nikita Kucherov and much more. Dave Andreychuk, the 04 Cup-winning captain, was kind enough to join us here before we started this broadcast to talk about his impressions of this group, historically what they've done, and if he thinks this Lightning team is going to be able to win their second consecutive Stanley Cup. But just as we're having fans enter into Amalie Arena for Game 2, I've got the captain of the 04 Cup team here with me, Dave Andreychuk, Stanley Cup winning captain of that 04 Cup team. So good to have you here, man.
Yeah, thank you.
What an atmosphere here as we get ready for a capacity crowd finally for a Cup final game.
Yeah, and let's remember back to their last Cup, right? They were in the bubble, and unfortunately, our fans couldn't really celebrate, right? It was a great performance by our team, and now, incredibly, we're back again. And another full house tonight, Game 2, it should be fun.
I know it's hard to compare, Dave, and obviously 04 is a different team than the 2020 version and the 2021 version we're seeing this year. But when you look at this team as it's currently constructed, do you marvel at what this organization's been able to do?
100%. You know, it obviously started with Steve Yzerman and it's continued on to Julian Brisebois. But in this cap era, to keep that core together, that says something, right? And a lot of it too, like they want to be here. They want to sign here. Stamkos wanted to sign here. Hedman didn't want to become a free agent. They want to be part of this, and that's where it all starts. So it's been an incredible run. For a chance to have back-to-back championships, it just doesn't happen in today's era, and it's been really cool.
And they would be just the second team since the salary cap era following the Pittsburgh Penguins if they were able to win back-to-back titles. Nikita Kucherov, how do you put into words what that guy does on the ice? Because you're somebody who was obviously super special on skates, but Kuch seems like he's just on a different level than everybody else.
We all forget that he didn't even play a regular season game, right? It's just incredible. And, you know, it doesn't surprise me. You watch him every day, how hard he works. He's a student of the game. He's watching video. You know, he works at it a lot, but he's a very talented guy, and what he's done is incredible. And huge amount of points to put the team on his back offensively. You know, it smells like another championships to me.
Back-to-back 30-point postseasons for Kuch.
Amazing.
You're talking Wayne Gretzky, Mario Lemieux type company, which is pretty incredible. Dave, as far as Alex Killorn being out tonight for Game 2, you know how important he is. He's one of those glue guys for this team. What kind of a loss is that for Game 2 tonight?
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's going to be missed on the ice. You know, his penalty kill has been awesome this playoff run. You know, he's on front of the net on the power play. That line has been really good. So he is going to be missed, but that's why you have depth players, right? There's a guy that's been skating, and he's going to want to play, right? He's getting into the Stanley Cup Finals. What could be better? So he's going to get his chance. That's next man up mentality.
And this team does that very well.
Yeah.
Just to finish with you here, Dave, and I'm so appreciative of your time. This series, obviously winning Game 1, the Lightning have never in their history, the team that you were a part of, gone up 2-0 in a Cup final. They have the opportunity to do that tonight. Montreal's a young team. Obviously, you need some lucky breaks to get to this point. Do you see this team getting past Montreal and winning their second consecutive Cup?
Well, I will say this, that, you know, they've got off to a great start. Montreal did lose Game 1 in the prior series and gone on to win. So this team is just playing, they're the underdogs, right? The Lightning have to put their foot on the gas right now and take this game. It's going to be hard to win 2 games up there.
We got some fans cheering your name over here.
Thank you.
Everybody in this town loves you. We love having you on here. Dave, thank you so much.
Yeah, my pleasure. My pleasure. Enjoy.
I was waiting for the Bass Klosky cheers, but I guess I didn't hear any.
That's very unfortunate.
I will say,
one day,
at least I don't have to look up to you like this. I like that we're kind of on the same level here.
It's been the whole life that I've lived.
Back out here live at Thunder Alley. Really cool to have the captain, Dave Andreychuk, joining us. not a lot of people in this town revered more than that man right there, who was the captain of that 04 Cup winning team, providing some excellent insight ahead of Game 2. That guy knows what it takes to get on the ice and win the Cup, and he knows how special and how difficult it is to win back-to-back Cups like the Lightning are trying to win.
Yeah, and it's tough for them because we wish we would have seen that repeat run, and then we had the lockout. Totally different circumstances for this team. Something I always think about when you look up in the rafters at Amalie Arena, you see Martin St. Louis, you see Vincent Lecavalier, and you just wonder, how many banners are they going to have to put up of people on this team?
Yeah, a lot.
Right?
I can tell you at least probably 3 off the top of my head right now.
Kuch, Stamkos, Hedman.
I was going to say Vasilevsky, and you got Point on there as well.
I mean, it's just whatever.
Vinik, you need to mix some room in the rafters. We got a lot of banners we got to have.
Yeah, prepare for that. We see all of you on Facebook Live, by the way, just tons of Go Bolts from everywhere around our area, Palm Harbor, Lakeland, Largo. We see you all, obviously Tampa Bay, St. Pete. It's a movement down here. Obviously the Lightning are just one piece of the championship pie here in Tampa Bay. And we also got to go Panthers, which is weird. You're about a month late on that. We'll forgive you to transfer over.
Beat them in the first round, by the way.
Yeah, it's very confusing. But again, puck drops to 8 o'clock. We're about an hour away. We have a full crowd in here for the first time in a very long time, at least 2 years, back in 2019 when we were able to live a normal life. And it's going to be great to see these fans enjoy their team inside that building as they continue their quest for a Stanley Cup title. And they get to do it in front of their fans, something they were not able to do last year.
Yeah, first full capacity playoff game since April of 2019. So it's been quite a long time, more than 2 years since we've seen that. We're watching fans kind of file in here to Thunder Alley behind us as we get ready to drop the puck in an hour here before Game 2. Let's head down to Thunder Alley where meteorologist Natalie Ferrari is down there with a couple of fans that are really getting ready. An hour to go until Game 2, Natalie.
Ryan, I got some of the coolest fans joining me now live this evening. Guys, how excited are we about tonight's big win?
We're so excited. We're super big fans.
Have you guys been able to come out to other games at all this year?
Yeah, we actually have.
What are you looking most forward to tonight?
Passing.
What is that?
Passing.
Ooh, the passing. What about you?
The Tampa Bay Lightning winning.
Oh my goodness, the girl after my own heart. What are you most excited about for tonight?
Them winning.
Them winning. Guys, the energy is so exciting. What else do you guys do during the intermission? Do you guys walk around the stadium and get some food, cheer on some more fans?
We kind of just stay in our seats and we pump up the fans.
Pump up the fans. You guys, the Lightning that you are all wearing, that Lightning blue, looks so fantastic. I think I'll be right there with you cheering them on. I got a little jealous, so I had to put the jersey on too. We're going to be cheering them all on together. I know it's starting to drizzle a little bit more, so I want to get you guys in the stadium. But thank you so much for joining.
What are your glasses?
Aren't they so cool? I think the batteries are starting to go out on them, but she likes the glasses, and we are liking the fact that we're going to cheer on our Tampa Bay Lightning. Puck drops at 8 o'clock, and all of this will be wrapping up. For those who are in Thunder Alley, that rate wrapping up. We're coming to an end. Ryan.
Natalie, those are by far the cutest Bolts fans we've seen all playoffs long here at Thunder Alley. They are ready to go, and I love it. Ryan Bass, Evan Klasky here as we start to close out this show. And again, we thank you guys so much for joining us on our Roku app, Amazon Fire Stick, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you're watching. Thank you for being here. Keys for tonight's game and a prediction from you, sir, as we have Game 2, puck drop in less than an hour.
The two things you have to look out for. First off, the Lightning scoring first. They've done an amazing job all playoffs long scoring first. They've only not done it 4 times. They've lost all 4 times they have not scored first. So that's one key. Another key, by the way, is entering the third with a lead. Throughout the entire season, not just the postseason, the entire season, we're talking about 42 games, they have only lost twice when entering the third period with a lead. So if they can do those 2 things, or at least one of those 2 things, then they should be able to pull out the lead. The last time they were able to do that, or the one time they did lose, was Game 6 against the Islanders. It's a very rare occurrence, though. So those are my 2 big keys.
Remind me of Game 6.
Yeah. I was in the building. It was an interesting experience.
2-0, lost 3-2.
Yeah. Look, at least it provided good bagels for me. Besides that, prediction. I'm going to go 3-2, overtime victory, Lightning. It's going to be a battle. I think Montreal actually jumps out to the lead. and then we finally get to turn that stat on its head. It's a grinder out type game, and the Lightning come through with a goal. I'm going to say Cirelli. He comes through in the clutch.
He does.
That's my goal.
There's nobody that despises overtimes in playoff games more than this man, so I'm surprised that was his prediction.
It's a reverse jinx.
It is. I see what he's doing here, the reverse jinx. I actually think this is going to be a close one, too. I don't think it's going to go into overtime, but I think we're going to have a 1-1 game into the third period, and I think the hero tonight for the Tampa Bay Lightning is going to be Braden Point. I think he scores the game-winning goal late in the third period. The Lightning win 2-1 tonight in Game 2, and they head up to Montreal with a 2-0 series lead in the Stanley Cup Final. We'll see what happens. We'll be here right along with you to enjoy the action from inside Amalie Arena. Evan and I will have all your post-game coming up tonight. On night side, we will be your place to catch up on what happens in Game 2 after Game 2 tonight inside Amalie Arena. For all of us here at 10 Tampa Bay, our entire crew out here at Thunder Alley, we want to thank you so much for tuning in to our live stream here prior to Game 2. For Evan, I'm Ryan. See you guys post-game.